Hey guys, last video of the 4-part video series. We kind of slacked on this one. We'll call it a holiday break. However, it's here, and simply because a lot of the questions they revolved around fat loss, we're gonna kind of continue on that topic. And today's question, I guess it wasn't very popular simply because most of you guys do know the answer to this one. And the question that I picked was fat burners and do they work? So even if you do know the answer to this one, I still think there's some valuable information that we can gather from this, especially once we get into some of the more popular ones of current and of days past, and how I think they should be used if used at all. So fat burners, of course, to the general public, they're sold as a solution in pill form, but chances are if you're watching this video, you're really not interested in that. You're more interested in enhancing the efforts you're putting towards your training, nutrition, and cardio during your fat loss phases. So you're looking for a supplement, a fat burning supplement. And let's look at one, first of all, that worked really well, and it worked so well that now it's banned, it's done with. It was killing, I guess, it was killing everyone in the late 90s, and that was ephedra. And the thing about ephedra, in order for it to work, you have to be coked up on caffeine pretty much all day. And for what? I mean, it was I think right off the top of my head, it was about 3 to 5% in caloric output at the end of the day. It was a 3 to 5% difference, which isn't really much, and you're taking it 2 to 3 times a day along with 200 milligrams of caffeine. So it just goes to show you that even the one that was so good that it's now banned from pretty much all natural federations, and you can't go to the store and you can't go to a supplement store and buy it anymore. Well, it's gone. And when we look at the bottom line, yeah, it did work, but not as well as the media hoopla would lead you to believe. And moving on to another one that now is really popular, I think especially among that population that I guess is really looking to push their body composition to extreme, you guys, Yohimbine HCl. And the thing about Yohimbine HCl is that it's really supposed to help you with those last stores of fat that just won't leave. With women, it's going to be the lower body fat in the lower portion of the body. With men, it starts getting a little tough around love handles, and of course for competitive bodybuilders, to get those hammies and glute striations in. However, on paper it makes sense. When you connect the dots, it makes sense. However, personally, I've yet to ever see me playing this card on anyone, including myself, really come back with, I guess, significant returns. What I have seen is the other side effects show up, and the other side effect is that, well, first of all, Yohimbine HCl is also used to induce panic attacks in some research. And the dosage that's used for fat loss is very close to that dosage that's used when you want to trigger an anxiety, a panic attack of sorts. So the other one I have seen very clearly, I have seen on myself, and I like to consider myself a pretty mellow dude, but after a few weeks on this, it really starts to take its toll, and I can really sense the difference that I'm a bit on edge, and just not myself. So Yohimbine HCl I would not recommend, and at this point I don't see myself really ever recommending this to anyone. So practical use and what does work, because I guess at this point we're really coming down to an answer. The answer to the question, do fat burners work, is, well, no, not really. If anything, a lot of these caffeine-based fat burners, I personally like to use them just to give me a little bit of extra pep when I'm doing cardio. I think, especially when you get into those later portions of your fat loss phase, especially when you're really trying to push yourself to would be considered an extreme by most. You know, a little bit of this, and usually a fraction of the recommended dosage of not necessarily any of these, but of a lot of the other fat burners out there. Well, it works, and it works primarily because, you know, there's caffeine in there. So fat burners, which is pretty much just a fancy caffeine salad in most cases. You know, I like to use them to maybe help me pick up my right foot and my left foot when it comes to cardio. And, you know, sometimes a little bit goes a long way in the weight room too. But in terms of it actually helping you accelerate the fat burning process, not so much. And even the ones of years past that, you know, again, are banned in pretty much all competent natural federations. Even those didn't really do what legends of yesterday would have you believe. So yeah, that's it. This is the last question of the 4-part video series. I will throw up another proposal for December, but along the way, expect just random videos to pop up. And I need to update you guys on my own progress, because there's a lot of good stuff I've yet to share with you guys. I'm pretty anxious to share with you guys at this point. So thank you for tuning in. Much more to come, guys.